is Alton Chung, Takiyama-Chung, right? Who is Korean and Japanese American. And he has gone through many different, well, identities. He was an oceanographer, and then he was, what else were you? Real estate? Business? Hewlett-Packard? And finally he said, storytelling. I can make money doing storytelling. Oh! So anyway, he's a wonderful, wonderful man. He was once an apprentice, and now he's of Eth-Noh-Tec, but now he's gone way beyond us. So please welcome Alton Chung.
My name is Alton Takiyama-Chung, and I am Japanese Korean American. Now, I've been fortunate in that I haven't experienced a lot of racial discrimination or Asian hate. Then again, I'm pretty oblivious. I mean, there could have been more incidents of discrimination I just didn't notice. That made the times that I did notice that much more shocking. For the most part, I just think of myself as just as good as everyone else. No different. And I grew up in Hawaii where the minorities are the majority. And I was brought up to stand up for myself, and I was just as good as everyone else. The first incident of discrimination I can remember was when I was in grad school at Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon. Now, I'd been in my office all evening, and it was about 11:30 at night. I said, probably time to go home. Now, in this small college town, the streets are deserted that time of night. And I just stepped off the sidewalk to cross the street when I heard this car racing toward me, its engine just revving. And I leapt off out of the street back onto the sidewalk, and I heard this car's brakes squealing. And the car came shuddering to a stop right in front of me with me looking at the passenger door. Had I not leapt out of the street, I would have been killed or badly hurt. And I looked into the car, and there was like these two young white guys, probably high school seniors. And me and the passenger were just kind of staring at each other, me thinking that I almost died. And he's probably thinking how inconvenient it would probably be to have to go and scrape me off his bumper. Not to mention, damage to the car. Front end alignment for sure, maybe replacing the grille, maybe replacing the headlights. We kind of stood there and stared at each other, and finally the passenger kind of got out of his shop and said, "Welcome to America!" And his friend stepped on the gas, they peeled off, and I was standing there looking at the receding headlights. I'm thinking to myself, welcome to America. What does that mean? I have to admit, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. About a half a block down, it kind of hit me. Welcome to America. Stupid Howie! I said much more colorful things, but this is a family show. I mean, they didn't think that I was an American. They thought that I was a foreign student. I mean, I was shocked. And then I got mad. And all that righteous indignation came rolling up inside of me, and I went, I mean, here are these young white guys driving around this small, mostly white college town in a mostly white state. I mean, these guys probably never visited another country. They may not have even left the state. All they really knew was their tiny little world. What did I want to see happen? I mean, these guys, they're gone. I would never see them ever again. And yet, was there anything I could have done to go and change their mind? Yes. And not go to jail? Probably not. I'll let it go. Fast forward to fall of 2021. I mean, the COVID vaccines are out, and I was back in the Pacific Northwest after spending 18 months in COVID exile taking care of a relative. But that's another story. It was now relatively safe to travel. And I was back in this town I'd been living in the last 20 years, and I needed groceries. So I went driving. I went to this discount department store, the discount grocery store that, I don't really travel to, but I was curious to go and see, what place this I haven't been to in a while. And here I am, so I'm driving, pushing my little cart through the produce area, and all of a sudden, this older woman comes walking by in the opposite direction. Under her breath, she says, "Go home." I'm the only guy there. Oh, go home. But I live here. Remember, not the sharpest tool in the shed. And then it hit me like, I'm the only Asian guy in here. I look around, I'm wearing a mask. No one else is wearing a mask. And she's telling me to go home, to go back to the country where I came from. She's telling me that I don't belong here and that she does. All that righteous indignation rolling up inside of me like, ah. I whipped my cart around and I began stalking this lady. What do you do when you are confronted with microaggression? What did I want to see happen? Did I want to call her out? Yes. Did I want to call her a bigot and all kinds of other real colorful names? Yes. Did I want to go and get the manager involved? Definitely. Did I want to go and have her banned from the store that I hardly ever go to for life? You betcha. Did I want to go and tell her that if she's not Native American, we're here first, and if she's not black, we're probably brought here against their will, that she and her freaking ancestors were immigrants too? Oh yeah. And then, logic reared up its no-nonsense head. Could I truly tell her that? No. It was a subtle attack. There's no other witnesses. She could say that she was telling herself to go home, or that I misheard her, or else she wasn't talking to me, or else I was being too sensitive, or I should get my ears cleaned. It was her word against mine, and people might even side with her because she's a defenseless little old lady. What did I want to see happen? Did I want to apologize? Yes. Did I want to cover her with honey and bury her in an anthill? Yes. Could I say anything to her to try and change her mind in that moment? Yes. Without going to jail? Probably not. Was there an anthill available? No. Dang! I was so frustrated. I kind of took a really good look at this lady. She had thin, gray, greasy hair. She was short, she was overweight. She was wearing these purple polyester stretch pants. We were shopping in a discount grocery store on a weekday in the early afternoon. Now, I'm a storyteller, I'm an artist. I live simply by choice. Her, not so much. I could suspect that life wasn't very kind to this lady. But what was I to do? I wish I had said, ouch, that hurt. Or, hello, person here. Or, that was uncalled for, Senator. I came up with all these great comeback lines about 3 hours later. But in that moment, I was stuck. I was stuck just like the time when I was at a party and these people asked this tall, skinny, white guy to go and do his Japanese submarine commander impression. He took his hat, he turned it upside down, turned it backwards, he pretended he was looking through a periscope and he said, "Lodo torpedo number 1. Fire torpedo number 1. Ha! Take that, round eye." Everyone laughed. I didn't. I looked around. I was the only Asian in the room. I didn't say anything. Made everyone real uncomfortable. I stopped going to those people's party. I mean, this whole episode with this lady of the greasy gray hair and the purple polyester stretch pants reminded me of that old joke. The boss yells at the husband goes home and yells at the wife goes and yells at the kid goes outside and kicks the dog is wondering, what the heck did I do? I was wondering if maybe I was that dog. I mean, I knew nothing about this lady, her life, or even what happened to her earlier today. But the fact is, she had no excuse to say what she did to me, say what she said to me. I mean, absolutely none. It's not okay to go and treat people like that. On the other hand, we're not that different. I mean, we have good days and not so good days. We have the same joys, same fears, same sorrows. And hopefully one of these days, we'll all see that. What did I want to see happen? Did I want her to go and apologize? Yes. What did I want to see her do with this? Could I call her out on a microaggression? No. Was there anything I could say in that moment to change her mind? No, nothing. Was there anything I could say to other people so they would hesitate to do what she just did to me? Yes. I could tell the story. Tell the story of other Asian Americans. By sharing stories of other Asian Americans, hopefully, others will see us as people, not objects of hate or dogs to be kicked. It's hard to hate someone whose story you know. I let it go. Paid for my groceries, and I added a jar of honey to remind me to enjoy the sweetness of life. And because you never know when you might come across a proper anthill.